Hi guys, this is VenomShock, and today we're going to be giving you 20 tips and tricks you must know early in Pokemon Legends EA. And one of our first tips are going to be, well, what happens if you miss throws on Pokemon with your Pokeballs? So what happens there? You lose your Pokeball, but there's a new feature in this game. If you lose your Pokeballs, all you have to do is go to a Pokemon Center, and there will be this ball guy right here, but not the ball guy from Gen 8. But here, you go over here, he says lost Pokeballs. I've collected 3 Pokeballs for you. Take what you've collected. So whenever you miss your throws, you don't have to worry about losing the balls. You can always go to a Pokemon Center, and there'll be a ball guy right there for you. But here, I'm going to show you what I mean by that. We're just going to throw 2 Pokeballs. Ready? Okay, and look. Lost Pokeballs, and he'll give me back the 2 that I lost. See? So that is tip number 1. If you missed some throws with your Pokeballs or you didn't complete a catch with a Pokemon, always go to the Pokemon Center and there will be a ball guy right there for you. Now we're going to go on to tip number 2. Okay guys, tip number 2 is whenever you see these sparklies, you don't have to press A on them. You could just walk right over them. You can get berries, you could get valuable items that you could sell, you could get XP candies. Also make sure you pick up the Pokeballs as you walk around the city, so that way you can get constant stuff to sell or use for your Pokemon. As you can see right there, I just walked right over it. I didn't even press the A button. But as you see in your satchel, you can get stuff like all these berries by just walking over them. You can get calcium, zincs, muscle feathers, all that type of stuff from just walking over those little things. Or you could even get, like I said, experience candies. Small, medium, large, any of those. Usually it's extra small or small, but when you're just walking around, it's just a really nice thing to do to get a little extra boost in experience or stuff like that. See, look at experience candy, extra small. And they could use that towards your mons. That was it for step number 2 for your tips. Okay, guys, step number 3 is make sure you smash all Mega Shards and Mega Shard crystals. You know why you do that? It's so later in the game, when you're able to access Quasaro Inc., you're able to get more Mega Evolution Stones earlier. So you just go around the city and you try to find some like, look right here, Mega Stones. You throw your guy out, and you do Earthquake on him, you destroy it, and look at that, 2 Mega Shards. But there's also another tip, if you did not know, that if you want to earn more Mega Shards, all you have to do, go to Rancine Construction Company, and right outside of Rancine Construction Company, you talk to this guy, let's trade, and you get the pink Canary plush, a plush doll of Canary that holds a pink charm. Having one of these increases the number of Mega Shards you'll find after smashing Mega Crystals. I highly recommend you max that out. It goes first at 3, 5, then 8, and then at 8 you'll be getting tons of Mega Crystals just from destroying one small to maybe a few things. You could get like 6, 7, 8 Mega Crystals per broken one, and you'll be able to grind through the Mega Stones way easier that way. So that was step 3. Always smash Mega Crystals early on, and also make sure you always do that. It's important. So, okay, tip number 4. Open up your map, and if you want to check what Pokemon are in a zone, hover over the zone, and it shows you what Pokemon you have, right? So let's fly to 2. It's saying I'm missing one right now. It's saying I'm missing a Staryu. So what you can do now that you're missing that, some Pokemon only spawn at night. So let's go in here. And we see the Staryu right there. So let's go over there and catch it, shall we? And see how helpful that is? It's going to let you know that you need to catch a Staryu. So let's go over here. And there we go. If it lets me. Come on. Okay, we're going to have to attack it, because it's being a pain in the butt. That's besides the point. But Now look at it. Now it says I 100%ed Vert Plaza, Wild Zone 2, and that's all you have to do. Whenever you see go on the screen, just hover over the Wild Zone you're in, and it'll show you how much of it you have completed. So that was it for this tip. Okay, guys. Now for tip 5, we're going to talk about quality of life. Now, for quality of life, you may be wondering, what do I mean by that? Okay, so if you're in the early game, you might be thinking, God dang it, all these people do is yap and there's so many tutorials. Well, I got some news for you. Just go to your settings and go to game settings right here and go to text speed and go to fast. And for your map, you can either have the map rotate with you or have it fixed. I like it to rotate. And if you want to have better sound effects for, like, if you want to have your background music lower, you put that at 6. Leave sound effects all the way up. Put Pokemon cries at 6, so that way, if you hear a shiny sound effect, you'll know that there's a shiny in the area because it's louder than the music and the Pokemon cries now. But you don't want to have the music completely off unless you're just shiny hunting. But that's an easy tip to make the game less monotonous. Put your text speed to fast so you can just grind through those text boxes. That's it for this step of the tips. Let's go to the next one. Okay, guys, now let's go to tip number 6, which we also kind of covered a little bit earlier, but we're going to go in more in depth with it now. Okay, with tip number 6, let's go and go back to the Rancine Construction Company. And as you can see, like I was talking to you about the Canary Dolls, you can trade colorful screws. Around the map, you'll see scaffolding, and on top of buildings, you'll see little purple glowing like Pokeball-like things, and inside they contain a colorful screw. Make sure you take those and save them up, because you need to collect a total of 77 to max all of these different plushes up. Once they're level 3, they're maxed out on everything. The red Canary plush is for EXP, the gold is for prize money, the pink is for Mega Shard collection, the green is to take way less damage before you black screen from Pokemon attacks, and the blue is to increase the catch rate for catching Pokemon. So the ones I recommend you prioritize leveling up first is the red, the pink, and the blue. So EXP, Mega Shards, and catching. Those are the ones you want to focus on because it goes from 3 to 5 to 8 screws to fully upgrade it. And like I said, that's a total of 77 screws to collect. Okay, let's go on to our next step. Okay, guys, for tip 7, you always got to make sure you're dodging attacks. Make sure you're always dodging out of the way of Pokemon attacks. And your Pokemon can dodge out of the way too if you move fast enough and if you have a fast-moving Pokemon. So make sure you're always moving out of the way so that way you don't get damaged. Always keep doing your quick dodges. And another thing I have to say is make sure you're always locked in, because if you're not locking on the Pokemon, see like how I'm doing there, then you're gonna take damage. You won't be able to attack. Another thing is you have to unlock if you want to use heal items. So if you want to use a Hyper Potion, let's say you're battling like I am just now, you have to unlock on from Gyarados in order to use healing items. And you see this Frou-Frou here? We're just going to kill it. But yeah, you always have to unlock if you want to use healing. You have to lock on if you want to attack. Always make sure you're dodging so you're not taking damage. So that's it for this tip. Okay, guys. We are going to go on to our next tip, which is Pokemon catching tips. Now, we're going to show you how to indicate how successful you are going to be at catching a Pokemon. Okay, so right now, see that Stunfish? It's at 2. So we have about a 25% chance to catch that Stunfish. Now, if we battled it, it would go up higher. But here's the good thing to know. Those arrows indicate how much successful you are going to be when you catch a Pokemon. If they're at 2, it's about a 25. If it's at 3, it's about 50% chance. If it's at 4, you're guaranteed almost to catch it all the time. That's how you're able to tell. So make sure you always lock on and you look at those little arrows next to the lock on icon. If it's 3, 50% chance. 2, 25. 1, basically not at all. 4 in green means you're guaranteed to catch it. Okay, the next early game tip for tip number 9 is make sure you're doing Mable's missions, because they give you very good rewards with the TMs and some of the XP candies. So let's show you Mable's missions. Mable's research and request. Oh, look, we got one. Zen Headbutt. Okay, let's go over this. So if you see, you get all these TMs, and eventually you get candies. Look at 10 experience candy and Swords Dance. You get a bunch of stuff. Then you get 10 medium candies. You get bottle caps. And you get Hydro Pump, Fire Blast, all these good moves, Blizzards. Then at 43, you get 10 large candies. Then at 47, you get 10 XL candies. You get gold bottle caps. And then at 49, you get the Master Ball. That's what you really want to grind for. And then the final one is the Shiny Charm. So that's why you want to do these requests. It's not just completing the Pokédex in this game. You have to complete all of these. And you get decent rewards for doing it too, like I showed you. So winning Pokemon battles, you want to do this one first. Get this done. When I mean get this done, okay, you could complete every single thing on here. Relaxing at cafes, doing everything, evolving via link trade, all that type of stuff. But here's the thing. You need to do the Pokemon battles, because there's some point it'll say the last one is to win 500 Pokemon battles. But here's the thing in the system. After you win that, it says, wait, there's more. You have to win 1,000 Pokemon battles in order to finish this. So make sure you do this challenge first, and then you are good. And then just everything else will come naturally. Restoring fossils, all of this. And then once you get that Shiny Charm, you'll have a higher likely chance to see shinies in your game, which who doesn't want that? That's it for this tip. Let's go into our next one. Okay, guys. Next up, we're going to talk about completing, for our next tip, tip number 10, we're going to be talking about completing side missions. What are side missions? Well, as you see on the mini-map right there next to my face, right here, there's a little side mission. So let's fly right next to it. So right here, if we go in, see this guy has a little exclamation mark on his head. Those are for side missions, which you probably already know about. And right here shows you the list of side missions that you have done. So far on this game, on my non-100% playthrough, I have 18 out of 20, but there's a total of 118 side missions. And look at, some of them can give you rare candies as rewards, and other experience candies. Like, see, that one gives you 3 small experience candies and 1,200 Pokédollars, and a freshwater. Then there's one that gives you 4,000 Pokédollars. See, they can arrange a wide variety of rewards, which can really help you through your playthrough. And they give you some trade items, like the Whipped Dream. So if you trade that with a Pokemon, it can evolve. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you're doing your side missions on the daytime, and then at night you can do the ZA Royale. Right now, you could probably have all the side missions done, so that way once you finish the game, you have all 118 done before you finish the game. And that's all I'm going to have to say for this part of this tip. Now, let's go into the next one, guys. Okay, the next tip is, if you're not this far in the game yet, Well, you might have been, where you get the ability to run. Now this is going to be, sadly, your only way of transportation in the game, besides the elevators and flying, fast traveling to different locations. But all you have to do to run, see, because this is the normal walking, running speed. All you have to do to run is press B. And that's how you run. A simple, easy tip for tip number 11. Now let's go to the next one, shall we? Okay, next up is tip 12. You may know the game automatically saves for you, but you're wondering, can I turn that off? The answer is sadly no. But if you want to know if you could save without autosave, you can. All you have to do is go to the menu and press R to save. And then you click Save Progress. So you can save it even before autosave kicks in. Usually autosave happens when you catch a Pokemon, you fly, or you heal your Pokemon at a Pokemon Center. But if you want to save yourself, all you have to do is press X to open the menu, press R, and save progress. So that's it for this tip. Okay guys, next up, tip 13, we're going to tell you how to get rid of obstacles in the game. You may have seen these around on your journey. Now on your journey, you've probably seen these thorns. How do you get rid of these thorns? Easy. By using fire-type Pokemon moves. Okay guys, the next obstacle are these stones, which you probably know how to break by using either a Bunnelby or a fighting-type Pokemon. You can use fighting-type moves to destroy these, or rock-type moves to destroy these rocks. So let's use close combat. Look at that, we got rid of those rocks without using Rock Smash. And just so you could see that you could use rock-type moves, we're going to use Rollout too. And as you can see, rock-type Pokemon moves or fighting-type moves can destroy those boulders. That's it for this obstacle. And also, if you did not know, you have to use a water-type Pokemon to clear the purple sludge. So if you see those purple piles of sludge, make sure you use a water-type Pokemon. It doesn't matter what level they are, as long as they have a water-type move that does damage. That's it for the obstacle tips. Okay guys, this is tip number 14, and a very important one at that. Let's say you did all of the side quests already, and you want to go tonight, but you still have like a whole day left ahead of you. Well, what you can do is go to Hotel Z and rest in your bed, or you can rest at these benches. If you rest at a bench, you say kill some time. Do you want to hang out until nightfall? Yes. And then you go right into the nighttime and you can do the ZA Royale, like that just shows you there. Or at nighttime, if you don't want to be doing any of the stuff at night, you could easily sit at the bench again and kill some time. It'll be day again. And like I said, you could also do this at the Hotel Z in your bed. If you go back to your bedroom and you go rest in your bed, you can change the time of day. So that is it for this tip. Tip number 15, guys. Check your party menu often. So right over here. So let's say you had a Pokemon that wants to evolve. You would see a little arrow, up arrow, above one of your Pokemon's head, which would mean it's time for you to show how it evolve. Then you would have to click on it, and it'd be the top option, and you could click evolve. Another important thing why I check your party menu frequently is so that way you can see what moves you learned and see if you want to learn something. Oh, look, there's Vine Whip. Oh, man. Or let's say you want to switch your moves. You want to add Synthesis, replace the F Growl. There you go. You can change your moves. Or you want to see what TMs your Pokemon can learn. Look right there. Click ZR and it shows your available TMs for that Pokemon. Now that is it for checking on this tip. Just always make sure to check your party screen, and if you can evolve, change moves, and what's available for your Pokemon. That'll help your journey along right away. Okay guys, here's another tip about catching Pokemon. If you want to kill them, you can still catch them. Like in old games, you couldn't catch them after they fainted, but in this game, let's say we did a rollout here. When they're dazed like that, you can still catch them, but you only have one shot. If it doesn't get caught, then they'll disappear without being able to catch them. So only get one chance when they're dazed with those starry effect, and you can still catch it when it's starry, but if you let it go for too long, the Pokemon will disappear. Like here, I'll give you an example with a Venipede. We'll use a flamethrower on this level 14 Venipede. See, now if I just let it sit there and I don't try to catch it, it's just going to disappear like that. But you still have a chance until that effect goes away to catch it, even if it's knocked out. That's it for this tip. This was tip number 16. Now let's go to tip 17. Tip number 17 is, where do you go to buy all your Pokeballs? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's fly over to Cloudozaro Inc. and go to the Ball Emporium. Right here with this big Disco Ball Pokeball. You come in here, and it's the Pokeball Boutique. You got Heal Balls, you got Net Balls, Nest Balls, Die Balls, Dust Ball, Timer Balls, Quick Balls, Repeat Balls, Luxury Balls, Premier Balls. And then you're wondering, but where's the Great Balls, Pokeballs, and Ultra Balls? Those you can just find at your normal Pokemon Center once you get further in the story. But all those other Pokeballs are there, and the Master Balls by completing Mabel's challenges. So let's go to the Pokemon Center, and here's the rest of the balls you can buy. Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball. And then if you buy 10 of any of these, you can get a Premier Ball. One Premier Ball. So that is all for where to get Pokeballs tip. I hope you enjoyed that tip. Okay guys, next up is tip number 18. And do you know what we're going to say about tip number 18? Where to go and find your evolution stones. So what we're going to do that is, we're going to press the plus button on the map, and we're going to go, let's see, where's our link? Right here. The Stone Emporium. You're going to want to go to the Stone Emporium, and it's right by the Vernal Pokemon Center. And you run right down this way, and it's going to look like it has a Z-Move crystal on it, if you know what that is. But this is what the Stone Emporium looks like right here. So let's say you want a Jolteon, you want a Flareon, you want a Vaporeon, you want a Leafeon. This is the place to get your stones right here. You have your Firestone, Thunderstone, Waterstone, Leafstone. You also have all your fossil stones right here, and even some Mega Stones. So this is where you find all your evolution stones. I hope you enjoyed that. Now let's go on to our next tip. Tip number 19. Okay, tip number 19 is, make sure you look at your map and you see where all these little icons of the fly emoji is. Make sure you go around the whole map and enter any building that you possibly can, or Wild Zone, or Pokemon Center, because that makes travel in this game way easier. You could just fly to each location and you can get around the map way quicker, because like I said earlier in this video, you can only run. So if I wanted to get from right here at area 12 and I wanted to get all the way up to 13, that would be like a 4 to 5 minute run, maybe 3 at best. But or if you've already unlocked that area out, you could fly there and boom, you're instantly there. Make sure you're getting all your fast travel stuff done early. So the second you do those quests for Emma, at the beginning of the game, when you first get that chance to free roam, make sure you go to every single Pokemon Center, so that way you can just freely fast travel around easier and more efficient. Okay guys, this is tip number 20, and for the love, the love of God, when you see these boosters, if they're in the red, make sure you battle the guys next to them if they're available to battle, because then you're able to unlock these, so you're able to go to the tops of roofs and find new Pokemon and new places to get the screws and stuff. If you don't do that, you won't be able to do the vertical stuff up on the rooftops. So just make sure that if you see those boosters, that you are literally going around and you're catching and battling everything up here. And able to do that, you needed to go battle those guys at the boosters in order to access to get up top. So that is tip number 20. And we got one bonus tip for you guys. So let's go on to that. Okay, guys. Tip number 21. Make sure you go to cafes and you hang out with your Pokemon. This is another way to gain friendship with your Pokemon. So to unlock Pokemon like Sylveon and other Pokemon that require friendship, go to cafes, enjoy time with your Pokemon, and level up your friendship with them at the cafes. If that's wondering how you gain friendship in this game, that is how you do it, by going to different cafes and spending time with them. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. This has been the 20 tips and tricks early game you must know. See you guys next time. Make sure you shock that subscribe button. Bye-bye.